Hey, it's Necktie. Welcome to episode 44 of Road to 5 Million. And in this episode, there's been a change. There's some bad news, but mainly I think good news. Let's get into it. So do y'all want the bad news first? That's usually how it works. So the bad news is we're no longer going to San Simon, Arizona. The good news is I am 99.9% certain these special transport missions work again. And you're wondering, what the hell happened? It's a good question. I checked my main profile and compared to this profile, and I had a couple of mods out of order. I guess they weren't the same. So I changed that on my main profile and they worked. In the course of that, I also discovered I had a couple Steam Workshop mods for trailers that were outdated, I guess. The game still ran fine, obviously, but they were outdated. So I don't know if it's a combination of tweaking the mod order or taking those out, but I ran a special transport mission in my main profile, worked as advertised. So I hopped into this profile, and the minute I did that, apparently changing the mod order or something gave me the thing that a game change was detected, your load's been canceled to no penalty, and you've been spawned into a safe area, which was Tucson, of course. So I then took a quick job special transport mission, and it worked perfectly. So I backed out, reloaded the previous save, which had me in Tucson, obviously. So the money hasn't changed. It's just we basically got the load canceled from going to Arizona, which is fine anyway. But there's more. Because since it did do that, I took the opportunity to add the Montana expansion, which adds a couple of roads up here. Troy, Etheridge, Shelby, Malta, Jordan. Adds Hell Creek Ranch. And with Montana expansion, that also adds a Hell Creek feedlot down here in Bovina. But here's the other part. I added the Reforma map, which is Mexico. And yes, I've already checked. There are some loads that are roughly 1,900 miles long, like 35-hour runs down to Mexico. So I figured that'd be a little bit much for right now. So what we are going to do, since it put me in Arizona, right? I figured that was a prime opportunity to use the dev console and fly myself up to Glasgow. I did go to Jordan first, but I didn't like where those loads were going. So we are going to be taking a harvester from Glasgow to Salem, Oregon, which, as you can see up there in the upper right, is 1,068 miles. 20-hour trip time, and this is an external contract, so this is also going to allow me to show some actual photos again, because as you're looking at that harvester on that trailer, I'll flash up a few photos of how I hauled John Deere harvesters when I was with TMC. Again, they don't have the back tail and they aren't articulated. because they don't need to be. This says it's 44,000 pounds. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember what we were permitted at with these. I know we were 14.4 high, 11.11 wide. I want to say we were permitted at 110,000 pounds. I think that was just a TMC thing, though, with all of their John Deere loads. So the harvester, the cotton harvesters, the sprayers, I don't think those were permitted at 110,000, but I could be wrong. Anyway, so again, I mean, it is what it is. I wish you could have the option on external contracts to change the trailer like you can on Freight Market sometimes, but anyway, it is what it is. Yes, I'm shutting up now and we'll get to it. Everybody like my pack of water? It'd be cool if I could like drink one of those so it looks like I'm actually drinking it. We got some people riding some horses out here. All right. So we have 13 hours and 23 minutes before we have to sleep. Brakes off. Oh, I guess I should turn my lights on too. And my blinky blinks there. Also, just another FYI for folks. See where the axles hang off the trailer there? Technically, you should have red flags on those too. So yeah, today has been actually feeling a lot better than I did yesterday. If anybody was wondering or gives a shit. I did not work out this morning, which I'm not happy about. But I do need to work out at some point this week to keep my weekly streak going. But my elbow has really been bugging me, so... Oh, this is going to be fun getting out this way. But going out the right way would have been even a harder turn from where this was parked. Thanks, game. We'll make it, though. Yeah, so anyway, my left elbow's really been... Oh, that was a big bump, apparently. Hopefully this trailer doesn't get hung up on that bump. Oh, scraped pretty good. That's all right. We'll level their ground for them a little bit. Yeah, so anyway, left elbow's been hurting. And I really don't want to do anything to aggravate it anymore, so I may have to do like a recovery workout. Or just do a regular workout and adjust the weight is probably what I'll do. And then I'm also trying something new as well that I was experimenting with on my main profile. Was adjusting the traffic. And I totally forgot, even without a traffic density mod, you can go into the dev console or the config file and change G_traffic, which it's set at 1 right now for 100%. I changed it to 2 and ran around on my main profile, and that seemed to be fairly accurate. And then Wayne in the Discord had just hit me up out of the blue and said that he showed me a different mod in the Steam Workshop he's using, and then he runs his traffic at 1.5. So that's what I'm trying out. So we will see how that goes. Right now it's dead up in Montana, which is fine. Something tells me my steering camera got messed up. It almost seems like it's at 100%. Yeah, so I did a lot of troubleshooting today, which I know in the last episode I said I wasn't going to, but I didn't take out every mod and put them in one by one like you would normally do. I just kind of took a shot in the dark, as it were, and
go straight.
I don't necessarily think it was a deal with a mod order. What I think it was a couple of those trailers. I don't know how, but it's crazy how some of this stuff works sometimes. Like I've said before, one line of code or a misspelling on a word could screw something up and cause a game crash, so and if anyone watching this does not know about the dev console or how that works, leave a comment down below and I can make a video on it, or I can share the one I found, which is from a few years ago. I mean, it's still, that's how I learned about it, but I can make one too if people would rather have me do it. But what that allows you to do once you have that activated too, like how I got up here to Glasgow, I just popped up the dev console and did go to space Glasgow, and it put me hovering in Glasgow. And then you just fly to where you want and hit Control F9 and drop your truck in. You want to be fairly close to the ground though, but not under the map. If you do it under the map, then you've got big problems. But if you do it too high up above the ground, your truck comes slamming in and then causes damage. Ask me how I know. And the video I watched warned me about that too, but you know, my jackass had to try it just to see. And you can spawn your truck halfway in the ground. Oh, there's Make-A-Wish Sleigh. Oh, I put that mod in too. I should have hauled one of those loads. Maybe I'll do that next episode. But it's a Santa sleigh and packages, you know, so you can help Santa out that time of year. And then with that too, I think there's going to be some Make-A-Wish billboards into, I don't know exactly where, but I think that mod also added them in. Nice, closed, especially since it's on the left side. Thank you. Well, it's a good thing it's closed because there's like nothing there. Little biplane coming in over here. Wonder if that's simulating crop dusting. He'd be lower if he was crop dusting, but I get it. I guess I could shift. Yeah, I've also settled on, I did some testing, was it last night? No, it wasn't last night because I was editing. When the hell did I do it? Maybe I did it Saturday. for those graphics card nuts or people that like monitoring stuff, you probably know about this program, but it's called GPU-Z. And it just allows you to monitor your graphics card, basically. And it'll do your processor as well. Not each core, but it'll just give a, you know, the base thing. And your RAM, that sort of thing. There's also one called CPU-Z. But anyway, I used GPU-Z and had that up on my top monitor, and then messed around with the game, basically. So I had it in the NVIDIA control panel where my frame rate was unconstrained, could go to whatever the hell the GPU wanted to toss out there. Which, with this truck, I would get about 150 to 160 frames per second outside the truck, and then they drop to about 85 to 90. I may get 103 at sometimes inside the truck.
Go straight.
And that's at 2560 by 1440 with everything cranked in the settings and the scaling at 400%. That's the FPS I would get. Now, mind you, as I've said before, I have a i9 10900K processor and an RTX 3080 graphics card. And the graphics card is actually from MSI. And it's their Ventus OC version. And let me tell you, she wants to run. However, I dialed her back in with MSI Afterburner, so I've actually got her underclocked and undervolted. And she runs everything I needed to run beautifully, but she's not pulling all the power. Which brings me back to monitoring as I was doing on this game. So with the frames unlocked, meaning that it could do whatever, my graphics card was getting hit roughly 61% was the load on the card playing this game. And the watts, the total board wattage was 140, I believe it was. And then my system RAM, I'm not concerned about my GPU RAM because I've got 12 gigs. That was only getting hit like five or six. But my system RAM was like 17 to 18 gigs, and I've got 32 gigs, which again, not that big of a deal. But here's the interesting part. So then
go straight.
I locked the frames at 60 FPS. Because typically, for a game like this, you don't need any more than 60 FPS, right? That's what normal TVs are at. That's that sort of thing. And yes, my monitor's 240 hertz. But I have G-Sync enabled, which I've talked about before, which basically adapts to whatever the game's running at. And so when I lock the game at 60, well, now my GPU was only getting hit 45% max. So almost a 20% drop in load on the GPU. It then dropped down to 120 watts of power, so it was also pulling 20 watts less. And even my RAM, my system RAM, dropped from 17 gig down to like 12 or 13. Just by capping the frames in the NVIDIA control panel. So if anyone was wondering if I'm full of shit when I say something or give some advice, you can still think that if you want, but that's real world numbers and experience that I witnessed firsthand this weekend. And the GPU software is free, and all it is an exe file. You don't even have to install anything. It's just an executable you download, run it, hit the sensor tab, because the main tab basically tells you everything about your graphics card. Hit the sensor tab, that brings up everything it monitors, and then pull up your game. So hopefully now I have everything at 60 frames per second, because I record at 1440p 60 in OBS, and I also edit in Adobe Premiere Pro at 1440 60 frames a second. So now everything will match, but this will also
Go straight.
I've noticed that by locking the frames at 60, also removed about 99% of the micro stuttering I was getting. Which, if you think about that, that makes sense, because before the GPU was just kicking out as many damn scenes as possible, right? Or frames as possible. Oh, I need to go over here. Pick up this direct hire thing. Thank you. Not that it matters, because I'm not buying any more trucks or hiring any more drivers, right? So anyway, it's discovered. Yeah, so if you think about it that way, oh, this is on the left-hand side too, and I bet you anything we're gonna have to stop. Well, it's open, and we're gonna have to stop. I can't. I have to go way. Anyway, so if you think about that, with the GPU being allowed to do whatever the hell it wants to do, right? That car's gonna not... Oh, thank you. That was close.
Keep right. After
It's just kicking out frames,
yards,
right?
Turn right. Turn right.
Well, then everything has to keep up with that. And yes, I have a G-Sync monitor, so it's not that bad, but that's where those micro stutters come from, is because something's trying to catch up, right? So typically, when gaming, you are either CPU bound or GPU bound, meaning one is usually waiting on the other. Hence micro stutters. But if you cap it to 60, things stay in sync better, if that makes sense.
After 100 yards, turn left. Turn
Well,
left.
at least this makes more sense to get out of, even though it's still a stop sign. Okay, so far, I am liking this traffic. I could probably bump it up to 2. See what that does play around, but right now, I mean, this seems a lot more realistic than it did before. Especially in places like this out in the middle of nowhere, you're not going to have, you know, a freight train of traffic. Usually. So yeah, as I said in a previous episode about my graphic settings and everything, it's all trial and error. So again, I caution anyone who watches YouTube videos about, you know, what are the best graphic settings for X. You can try them. They may work, they may not. They could make it worse, depending on your hardware. So the best thing to do is to do a little research and look into it and kind of understand things a little bit, and then just tinker around yourself. And I get some people aren't the tinkering kind, which is why there's preset settings in the game. Simple settings and advanced, right? If you're not into any of that crap, you can just go to the simple settings and click, boom, this is what I want to do. And that's fine. But for a game like this, I'm going for graphic fidelity and smoothness. Same way a farm sim. I have that locked at 60 frames as well. There's no need for that to run at 130. As a matter of fact, I think that's capped. I can't remember what it is, but I know I've hit it because I've seen it before where it just sits there. I think it's 140. Maybe it's 160. Anyway, I can't remember. I know it's capped at something though. The game itself caps it. But I just cap it at 60. Now, if you're talking about a first-person shooter, competitive style like Call of Duty, that's a total different situation. I cap my menu to 60 frames. But in-game, I'll get anywhere from 170 to 220 frames per second. Because I have a lot of the shadows on low. A lot of the crap that I don't care about, right? Because I don't need it to look great. If that makes sense. Now, for those that play on console, there ain't a damn thing you can do. Although it is nice to see, though, on console that they have come out with 120 hertz compatibility. Because there are TVs now that do 120. Which I know doesn't make any sense me talking about that because this game's not on console, but yeah, and if you are on console or thinking about moving to PC gaming, just do your research, because it's not as easy as just swapping. I mean, I guess it can be, but even if you think it's going to be that easy, and I don't know if I told this story, but when I got this computer 2 years ago, it was just before Black Ops Cold War came out. So I was all excited. I'm like, ooh, my first PC game. I'm going to play Cold War. I'm going to learn mouse and keyboard and all this other crap. Literally go to boot the game up, and it crashes.
After 100 yards, turn right.
And I'm like, what the hell? It's a brand new PC. Why is the game crashing?
Turn right. After 50 yards, turn left.
And then trying to get a hold of someone at Activision Blizzard to, you're better off pissing in the wind.
Turn left.
At least you're going to get results that way. Okay, this was kind of cool because this is almost like a no shit oversized load route. It kept you from going down the main drag. Yeah, so I was all excited when Black Ops Cold War came out, and I don't think I could ever really play it. It got to a point where I could get in the game, but then I'd still get these weird dev errors and all this other crap, and finally I just asked for a refund, Luckily, it was approved, and I never played that game. Initially. I eventually got it for console and played it, but I didn't play it on the PC. Yeah, and it's weird that it's so frustrating sometimes too, because especially if you watch people on YouTube or, you know, Twitch or whatever you do, and they're like, why is their game working fine and mine's not? Like my PC's brand new. And it wasn't the same processor, i9-10900K, and at the time I had a 2080 Super, 32 gigs of RAM, which was way more than what the game called for. Even on the recommended specs. And just for some reason, I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen an Amtrak train before in the game. I've seen one plenty of times. There's one that comes through our town quite often. Why are we stopping? Because somebody's got to turn right. Oh, that was a cool sound. That was like slopping the fifth wheel there, and the kingpin. Wonder if it'll do it again. Yep. I know. I'm amused by the dumbest shit. I will confess too, I did play quite a bit of Call of Duty over the holiday weekend. I was actually having fun too, because I didn't give a shit about my stats. Which is probably why the barracks wasn't in the game when it first came out. I mean, now, granted, I still got frustrated. I just didn't get as pissed off as I normally do. I'd play it for about an hour, then take a break, then do some farming.
Go straight.
This is an old Transport America trailer. Their doors are no longer blue. I guess I should take a check of time here. 6 hours and 48 minutes. I never picked a spot to sleep, so... How are we doing on fuel? 1,160 miles before we have to empty. Oh, that was the other thing. That reminded me. So if you watch my display screen above my speedometer and tachometer there, that changes, right? Apparently, that's what causes that music/guitar riff sound I was hearing. I read on, was it on Reddit? Wrong gear tie. Was it on Reddit or some other forum? Love that triangle there. That's a nice touch. On Reddit or some other forum about certain modded trucks. It's a bug or something, I guess. I don't know. But you have to cycle through that display and then it shuts it off. Okay. again, I know enough about this shit just to be dangerous, so I'll agree. So maybe that's why in certain episodes I heard it and others I didn't, because maybe I cycled through that or something.
Keep right.
I don't know. Good Lord, stiff wind out of the south. I think that was south. I think we were going west right there. Get in your lane. Don't want to rear end that guy. That'd be a hell of an explosion. Yeah, that is an old trailer. The new Transport Americas have a TFI company written underneath there because TFI bought Transport America as well as CFI. As a matter of fact, Transport America really doesn't even exist anymore. Technically. Oh, this is going to be nice. Let me just take up this whole road, okay? Yeah, TFI bought Transport America and CFI, and then CFI merged with Transport America, but
Go straight.
I guess Transport America is now called Transport America Dedicated or something like that. I don't know. Boyd Brothers. It's kind of cool. Somebody did their homework on securing the concrete tubes or culverts, whatever you want to call them.
Straight.
I probably should have looked over there because I didn't. Good thing nobody's in my blind spot.
After 100 yards, exit right ahead.
Yeah, my
Exit
camera
right ahead.
rotation when steering is off a little. How close am I to running over that? Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I didn't even hit it. Look at me go. $123 to Kalispell. This is a long ass run. Still have 768. Wow, slow the hell down. Good Lord. Almost ended up on the side there. Whew. I wish the force feedback in Farm Sim was like it is in this game.
Go straight.
Was that a Tatanka out there? AKA Buffalo? And somebody's thinking right now, like, was that a Dances with Wolves reference? Yeah, sure was. Thank you. Filmed in my home state of South Dakota. Ooh, what are we entering? We're entering a national forest, Lewis and Clark National Forest. Well, we should probably enjoy the scenery, huh? And hopefully not hit a guardrail with the trailer. Oh, look at that, not even hitting a line. Who is this guy driving this truck? What the hell? Okay, so thinking out loud, well, that's a nice river. Thinking out loud, we have 4 hours and 9 minutes of sleep. We have 13 hours and 39 minutes to get there. That means I'm going to have to pretty much find a spot where I am almost out of time to sleep. Because if I sleep now, we're going to have to sleep again. Oh, look at the waterfall. Sorry, bus. I didn't mean to almost hit you. Oh, this was Glacier National Park. A train tunnel there off to the right. That would have been a nice viewpoint location right there, but... Is that an actual road? No. Oh, and there's a post there. All right. This is so cool. I love this part of the country. I just don't like the wintertime. See what that sign said. It probably said no commercial trucks in park, I'm guessing. I don't even know if I'd get under that bridge anyway, so. Although I didn't see a height. Fairly certain even if we would have fit, they would have been too happy of us taking this bitch through the park. South Fork Flathead River. What I should really do is pop the map up and find a spot that's roughly 2 hours away. These curvy roads are not helping us for time, though. It's a cool-ass drive, though. There's a rest area right there. I should actually stop and read these historic markers sometime. because I think they actually have writing on them. Good Lord, he's pulling triples through there. Have fun. I don't know why I would saying that, because I'm probably as long as he is. Columbia Falls. Oh, got all the way to 4th. Look at me go. Oh, well, hey, red light. What do you say we use this opportunity to figure out where we're going to stop there and sleep, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages? Sorry, circus reference, anyway. Oh, wow. We aren't even out of Montana yet. It is a big-ass state. How about Sandpoint? There we go. Can I get in there? Guess we'll find out. $234. Well, that's where we're going because we have 238. So, wish me luck. Now I have a 3-minute buffer, which this light's not helping, so. I think my fines are still turned off though. And crap, I just remembered I forgot to put in that adjusted police mod thing. Because I took that out too, thinking that maybe that messed with the economy somehow. Just one of those things I was trying. Which I guess thinking about that now, I don't think I got back to that point putting that back in to see if... Anyway. Shit's working for now and it's stable, so I'm just going to leave it alone. Hopefully I can heed my own advice and leave it alone. Spell. My plan is to stay up in these parts for a bit. Discover a lot of this, or, you know, a few of the places up here.
Keep left. After 50 yards,
we do have to go to Kalispell, Ty. You should know this. Okay, there we go. I screwed myself up.
Turn left.
Taking in the sights. But yeah, we've hung out down south. Obviously, in Texas, we've been there for I don't know how many episodes. So now we're gonna share the love with the PNW, as it were. And as much as I hate it, we'll get down to California. Got sidetracked by the charger. I wish there was something that told you your next waypoint instead of having to go into the map. I guess I could check on the sim dashboard screen that I'm using to see if there's
Turn right.
add a widget and see if that's part of the
Turn right.
things you can add. Loving that camera snap
Go
feature.
straight.
Yeah, I know you're getting tired hanging there, buddy.
Go straight.
Let's just hope the screen doesn't turn black before we get to the spot where we need to stop. As a matter of fact, what's it say? 2:15 for the next checkpoint. We're not gonna make it. We've got 2 hours. Granted, we're not gonna get fined. But what I'm more worried about is the screen turning black for about 10 seconds to where I can't see a damn thing, and then we end up wrecking and having to call a tow truck and damaging the trailer and the load.
Go straight.
Sad part is we've still got 12 hours to get there. I may have to sleep twice.
Keep right. After 50 yards, go straight.
Why is that? Oh, we're on a hill, that's
Go
why.
straight. Go straight. Go straight.
Actually, I think this is going to be a 2-episode run. I'm already at 55 minutes recording, and we're still going to have 600 and some odd miles to go, so I promise I won't mess with the game, though, in between now and then, so we don't have this issue. I would cry if I lost this load. Because it pays 75 grand. we're gonna make it there. Hopefully. 50 minutes. We got an hour and 21 left. Hour and 20. Oh, there's the Make-A-Wish. Now, I would assume that QR code works. Come on, car. I guess I should turn my... Oh, my lights are already on, Ty, because you're oversized. Yeah, I know I'm getting tired. Okay, well, I thought we were gonna make it. This is so cool. Be nice if that was a rest area right there, but it's not. We should make it, as long as I don't miss my turn. Although we may have to wait anyway, so... Imagine that. Of course, why would we have to wait? Because I'm tired and I need to stop there to sleep anyway. Oh, it's open, so...
Keep left. After 50 yards, turn left.
Well, I need to know how to get rest area left lane, okay? Where the hell's the entrance? Right there.
Turn left.
And she's actually telling me how to get there for once. I do have to adjust that camera rotation. Okay, that's do not enter. Let's do this number because I can't see a damn thing. Oh, well, okay. Oh, shit. I didn't see that truck there. Okay. So then let's do this. Is there somebody behind us? Yes. Well, you can just... The hell you pulling in here for, a car? You're the idiot. Okay, so there's nothing up here. Good. And is this literally gonna make me... No, okay, good. I thought it was gonna make me disconnect. Yeah, I know. I'm getting there, dude. Calm down. And it's raining. Perfect. And that she couldn't find a job. What? All right, hold on. Let's get out of there so we're not wasting time. Let's check on the drivers. Okay. Okay. Is she the one that just couldn't find? That's the third time she's had to come back empty. And I don't think any other driver has yet. Other than her. You know what? So let's get her off long distance and let's do just in time. See if that makes a difference. So I think we'll call it there. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, episode 44 comes to an end. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And don't forget to drop a like on your way out. And until the next one, y'all take care. Bye.